to our winter gear store where we sell various winter weather items such as scarves and shawls, jackets, gloves, hats, coats, and pretty much anything you would need to be warm this winter season. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for? Okay, so you want some type of outerwear for work. Okay. And if you don't mind my asking, do you work outdoors, inside, or a mix of both? Inside. Okay. Kind of like a chilly office setting. Okay. That's fine. We do have a couple of items. One second, let me grab them for you. Okay. Now, what I'm about to show you are our trial items. So we actually do have new and clean items for you. Some of our trial items are not very well kept, mainly because the public uses it and some people are none too gentle. But they'll give you at least an idea of the feel of the material. You can try it on if you feel comfortable doing so, just to see how it would look. We do have the clean items in the back, so you just let us know what sizes you're looking for and we can grab it, okay? And this first item is very good for indoor wear. It is a bit sheer, but it's a very good cover, which is very good for indoors. It doesn't have any zippers or buttons to latch it, so it would just hang open over your body. It's kind of like a dusty rose color. It has holes throughout. So it has these holes throughout. It has it on one side. It has it on the other side. Give it a symmetrical appearance, and then it does have it as a stripe. This bit right here. So you have those holes on the side, where the flaps are on each side, and then you have one right as a stripe in the middle. And as you can tell, it is pretty sheer. So it's very light coverage. It's not going to keep you ridiculously warm. You'll be at least a little warmer than cold in it. And it has quarter sleeves, so it's not a full length sleeve. It goes most of the way, but not all the way. We do have different sizes depending on what you need. So we do have those more neutral colors, black, white, light gray. We also have a dark gray, something similar to what I'm wearing now. But are you interested in trying this on? Just getting a feel for it. Want to feel the material? Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Yes, you're right. We do have some decorations here. Some more holes along the sleeve. And the sleeves don't really pinch you or anything. Pretty loose. So it is very comfortable. Would you like to try it on? Okay. I'm going to put it around you, okay? Ready? Alright. I'm going to stick your arms in there. Okay. Other arm. Very good. Alright. I'll put it around you. How does that feel? Well, it looks very good. No? Okay. Well, it looks good from the back. It fits your outfit very well, actually complements it pretty well. Alright, well then, no big deal. You can try others. Yep, we'll pull that out. Okay. If you're looking for something a little more heavy duty than this, we do have another option for you if you're interested. Okay. And yes, like I said, these are indoor type things. You can still wear them outside, but you definitely should layer up if you're going outside. Wear a coat or something on top, or a sweatshirt or something like that. Just the winter can be brutal, but indoors it's not a bad option. But like I said, we do have a thicker option, so I will show you that one. 1 second, let me grab it. Okay. Now the option I'm going to show you is in black. However, like I said, we have multiple colors for these, and this is just our trial cover-up, so please don't feel like if it's not your color preference or if it's not your size that we don't have it, because we probably do. We just have to grab it for you, okay? So for this one, it also, like the other one, does not have any type of closure or clasp to keep it together, so it's very open. It also is very sheer, as you can see my body in the background. So it is sheer. Because it's black, it's usually harder to see your outfit through it than with the other one that I showed you, just because of its coloring. And it also depends on what color you're wearing too, for how much it'll peep through. But once it's against your body, you usually can't see through it that well. And despite it being sheer, this one, unlike the other one, is not quarter sleeves, it's a full sleeve. But I almost call it like a bat wing because it has this extra little flap extra fabric that kind of hangs off your arm. Yes, it's definitely a style preference. This one's very typical material that you'd see for a cover-up. It does have this kind of collar, thicker material around where the collar is and where it will drape over your body. It does have this. But everything else is more that sheer, thinnish material. But it is pretty warm, actually. If you feel it, it has kind of weight to it, especially with that kind of bat wing addition on it. Okay, sure. So I will drape it around you, alright? Yep, I'm going to move the collar down for you. I find it's more comfortable that way, but you can always try it out if you want. I'm going to stick your arm in the sleeve. Okay. And the other sleeve. Okay. I'll wrap it around you. How is that? Do you like the weight of it? How are the bat wings? Yeah. It gives it a looser appearance with the wings, but I find it to be pretty comfortable. It does look good, yeah. Black is a very classic color. Can really go with anything. Unlike that dusky rose in it, you can still wear it with whatever you want, because who's gonna tell you no? But black just suits. It fits everything. It truly does. Yeah. I'll put this aside for you. Take that off. And I can grab this in the back for you after. Alright. Yep. So I'll put this aside as a yes. Okay. Yes, we do have those without the bat wings, but I find the thing that's good about those wings is it does give you a little more room. And it gives you more material, so it kind of bunches, which makes you warmer. So that's really the benefit of the bat wings. But I'll put this aside for you, okay? Right there. Is it yes? This was our no. Okay. Are you interested in any of our coats or jackets or something to put over that for outside? Or for even extra layers inside the home or inside the office or anything? Okay, well, 1 second, let me just grab something that you might like. Let's see. Okay, so this is more casual wear. So So if your work is fine with you wearing more casual clothing, this could work, but it's also good for just every day or even in the house. Or if you want to run outside for a quick minute just to get something. This is a hoodie. Once again, it's black, but we do have different colors. We do have the hood. It's just the standard hoodie. It's pretty thick. It's not ridiculously thick, but it is comfortable. It does have a beautiful design on it. We do have different designs for our hoodies. This is actually part of our ASMR fan line, which showcases different ASMRtists merch or merchandise. And this is one of the ASMRtists featured in that collection. If you can see, it says VS1. It has an eye at the top here. Beautiful hands right here. A microphone. Music notes. It has headphones right here. The curl up is beautiful. Got a smoke-like effect coming up. This is the merchandise for Visual Sounds 1 ASMR, who is a lovely ASMRtist with very lovely hands. She's been around in the community for a very long time. She's very much a staple. And this is her product. So she has the hands she's very gentle hands, very mesmerizing hand movements. And that's what's showcased on her hoodie. So we do have different ASMRtists, but this just happens to be Visual Sounds 1 in particular. We do have GB ASMR and a couple of other ASMRtists, but this is a Visual Sounds 1. And it does have a little drawstrings, so you can tighten the hood if you want. Maybe the weather outside's not that great, and you want a little coverage, or you're going by someone you don't want to see and you want to cover yourself, you can do that too. The drawstrings if you wish to use them. I do recommend though, if you do wash this in the machine, to take these drawstrings out if you can, because or tie them or something, because if you don't, they might disappear or they might end up in the hood somewhere and they're hard to put back. But besides that, it is washable, so you can do what you want with that. It has pockets, so it has this open that is good for sticking your hands in if you wish. You can stick some items in, just be careful because they are open, so you can lose them. So just be careful with that. But I personally love sticking my hands in here just because it can get cold. And having your hands covered can be helpful. It cinches a little bit at the bottom, but not very much. It's very standard hoodie. But if you want to support your favorite ASMRtist, you most certainly can do so, because we do have that line of sweatshirts and hoodies from different ASMRtists that you can purchase here, and they do receive the money for them if you do decide to purchase them. Okay? So maybe if you aren't a particular fan of a certain ASMRtist, you know someone who is, it's a good gift idea. Or if you love supporting ASMRtists, it's not a bad idea to get one. Or if you like that ASMRtist yourself, even better, you can help support them and advertise for them at the same time. And enjoy wearing your hoodie while you're listening to that. It's standard hoodie, yeah. Did you want to try it though? Or feel it? Just want to? Okay. Yeah. Feel the material. Inside, yeah. It is pretty soft inside, yes. We have washed this a couple times just because it is that trial. It is available for the public to use, so we didn't want it to be dirty, so we do clean it up. You Let's see if the hood fits. That's fine. It's good. It is adjustable, like I said. You can always draw the strings if you wish. Yeah. It is good. So if you want a more casual look, something for everyday use, maybe quick going outside or just wearing in the house because the house is chilly and you don't want to waste the heat. It's not a bad option. So what do you think of this? Okay, sure. I will stick that to VS1 for you. Okay. Did you want to see any other cover-ups or anything like that? We have some jackets, we have scarves, we have gloves. Okay. Yep. I'll do that in 1 second. I'll show you this. It is a coat, but there's advantages and disadvantages to this one. Now, this coat in particular has a zipper, so it's very much, you can wear it indoors, but it's very much an outside coat. So you have your zipper here. It's a very fuzzy coat. Now this coat is actually very warm. It's so nice. I actually had received this as a gift, and I had to get it for the shop because it's so good. Now, it's ridiculously soft. It's just plain black. It has this kind of upper raised hood. You can push it down if you wish, but that's completely up to you how you want to wear it. It doesn't have an actual hood like our hoodie did. However, it's so comfortable. It has this zipper that goes right down. It is fuzzy on the inside, just like the outside. And like I said, we do have different colors. It does go all the way up if you wish. It can be a little high on the neck when you put it up like this. So if you don't like constricting your neck, it's probably better to put this down and put the zipper down a little bit more. So you can always shove the neckline down so it's not as constricting around the neck. It is full sleeve. So it's full long sleeve. It doesn't cinch at the arm part, and it's fuzzy throughout, inside and out. It's a bit more fuzzy on the outside than the inside. The inside will get less fuzzy over time, but it still retains its fuzziness pretty well. So we have that. The back is pretty much standard. The front just has the logo and the zipper, but it's pretty uniform throughout. There's a couple things. So one of the things, if you're very anal, you may not like the fact that if you run your hands over it, it gets lighter one way, and then when you run your hands over it a different way, it gets darker. So if you're the type of person who doesn't like seeing everything, some things are dark, some things are light, and that bothers you, this may not be ideal for you then, because it does look like, depending on where you move the fur, the fuzz, it will look different depending on where the fuzz goes. But if you don't really care, it's very good. Another thing, it's not very good for precipitation, so rain, snow, anything wet. Being wet in this is not pleasant because it is very fuzzy. However, it's so warm. When you layer it underneath a hoodie or underneath a jacket, it's very ideal. So if you're going out, for example, in the snow and you need like me a million layers to attempt to be as warm as you can, this is a great piece. It's a staple piece to stick on top of, maybe you have a long sleeve shirt, and then you can layer this on top of that long sleeve shirt. You can have a hoodie on top of that and a coat on top of that with a scarf and gloves, and you're good to go. You're a little poofy, but you're warm. So that's the most important part, is being warm. So the zipper closure is how you get in and out. Fuzzy throughout and inside as well. No hood. and not good for outside when there's precipitation. So it's good in the cold if it's just a sunny, bright day, but it's cold outside. It's good to wear. It'll keep you pretty warm, especially if you layer it with that indoor cover-up or something like that. But I don't recommend it in the snow or the rain. When the fuzz gets wet, it's kind of like the wet dog smell. It's not the best. You can machine wash this, yes. Sometimes what I do is I'll turn it inside out. That way the zipper doesn't bang around. See the zipper? I don't like the zipper banging around in the machine. So I put it inside out to prevent that. But it's up to you how you do it. You can wash it by hand if you want to, but if you don't want the inconvenience, you can just stick it in the machine inside. It does have pockets. They're shallow though. They're very shallow. They end right where the zipper is. And it is on both sides, so you have a pocket that has a soft lining inside. So if you were going to put items in here, I would keep track of them just in case, because it is shallow. You can also stick your hands in here. They don't go very deep, so it may leave some of your hand exposed. But it's something. So you just have those two pockets, zipper, logo, tiny collar that you can put up or down. You can zip all the way up or choose to leave it down. You can keep it open, closed, however you want. And they're long sleeves. Yep. The best part though is you don't only have those shallow pockets. Inside you have a secret pocket. So you have this pocket right here inside one of the sides of the lining, and it's actually pretty deep. So you can stick a wallet if you want in there to keep it safe against your body. You can stick your phone, your keys, whatever item you don't want falling out, and it's inside. So when you zip it up, it's inside against your body so that nobody takes it. So you have a secret pocket, a bonus pocket. It's actually pretty deep. So that's one of the best parts about it. Do you want to try it? Stick your arms in there. I know, I love the secret pocket. I pretty much never use it because I have one of my own. I always forget about it because it's so secret, you know. How does that feel? I know it's warm now. It's actually really good. Yeah. Alright. Well, you can think about it. There's no rush. We're still here. This is a staple piece of ours because it's so good. So we'll hold on to this. So if you want to, you can have it on my way. Hold it to the side for you if you want to come back for it. But we usually have this in stock always. So you really don't have to worry about it at all. There's no worries at all. Most of our items we always keep in stock. We do keep them because we know these are very good staples. So if you want to come back to this one, you most certainly can. But if not, no worries, okay? Alright, I'll put it aside. Are you interested in more outerwear that's a little more weatherproof? Okay, yeah, sure. I'll show you this. Yeah, this one's a favorite with people, so it's a little beat up. The jacket you actually get is not beat up at all. It's just this one's old. And I feel we should take it out of circulation as a trial piece. But as of right now, we have this jacket. It is a faux leather jacket, so it is not enough. It does have this cloth hood. It has this option of pulling it up, maybe against the weather or the wind. Or you can put the collar down completely up to you, whatever you want to do. It is zippered, just like the other jacket. It has chest pockets, both little buttons that you can pull off. It has this little slit, and you just stick it change or anything, a little bus pass or whatever. Would work well there. It also has these zipper pockets. It has it on both sides. We have one zipper here. And on the other side, we have a zipper there. People who use, so this one took a digger. It still works, and he will give you a new one. This pockets are shallow, just like on the other piece for this one, but you do have a lot more pockets. No, you don't have a zipper pocket for this one. It's pretty standard on the inside, almost like rain jacket material-ish on the inside. It just has a lining, essentially. So if you keep this in a chilly place and then you kept it open, it will get very cold on the inside. But then when you put the jacket on and it gets your body heat going, it'll get warmer. It is pretty warm. It's just sometimes it takes a while to warm up just because it's this faux leather and it has that lining inside. Yep, the lining goes all the way through the sleeves. The sleeves are long sleeves, and they have this piece that I love at the end. So you have the full leather, you have very nice detailing, stitching along here, and then right that comes out of the sleeve you have this bit. Now this bit is special because it has a thumb slit. So when you put your hands in it, you can stick your thumb out if you want, and it covers the tops of your hands. The tops of your hands, your thumb is out, so your fingers are out. So you can use them as you wish, but the tops of your hands are covered. Alternatively, you can always fold this over like this, so that you don't use the thumb slit and your hand just pokes out. But it fits pretty snugly. Generally, you can always get a bigger size if you want, but it's a tight fit for this one. And it does have these, so you can adjust as you wish for the foot. Tighten it or loosen it as you wish, because the foot is pretty big. It has these little beautiful pieces. They look like little bells right at the end of the drawstrings. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty heavy duty, and once you wear it, it can get very warm, especially if you couple it with the fuzzy jacket. You can just layer up as you normally would, however your comfort level is for the temperature. Would you like to try this on? Okay, I'll stick your arms in the sleeves. Yeah. Okay. Do you want it zipped or no? Okay. How does that feel? Yeah, I know. It's a tighter fit. We can get a bigger size if you want, so it's a little looser, a little baggier. Yeah, it does cinch at the waist a little bit. Yeah. It does look good though. How does it feel? How's the hood? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it looks very good, but it's up to you. Not everyone likes that faux leather look. Some people definitely do, but it's definitely a personal preference, a style preference. And if you don't like the texture of the material, maybe too harsh for some people, that's okay. Alright, that's okay. Yeah, that's not a big deal. You can try another one if you want. We do have another one that it's a little more casual, the other one. This one's a little more unique in the sense you don't really see these kind of jackets for wintertime very often. Unless you're a biker or something like that. For the most part, it's pretty good things. It is beautiful. It's a very nice brown leather. Brown fake leather. But that's okay. It's not everyone's preference. No big deal. Put that aside. I can show you this one. Okay. This one's more standard. It's kind of those poofy jackets. It's not super poofy, as in you won't look like a marshmallow in it, but it definitely has more of a poofy appearance. It kind of reminds me of Pepe Le Pew, where the cat has the stripes. The skunk. He thinks the cat is a skunk. She always ends up with that stripe on her back somehow. It just has those stripes in the sleeves on each side. And over here, just similar to the other one, the leather, it has this piece, but this is a lot thicker. It does not have a place for your thumb to poke through. You can fold it if you wish, yes. So it's foldable, but for the most part, your hands will pop out of it. It has it on both sides, and the collar is the same material. Once again, you can zip it either all the way to the top. You can put it a little lower so you can get the hood down. You get the collar down, excuse me. There is load. Does not have a. And you put it down if you don't want anything around your neck. You can do that. If the weather is bad and you just want to cover your face a little, sticking it up is not a bad option either, but that's up to you. We do have some funky colors for this one. Kind of like a magenta color and red, really vibrant red. We have different colors for this one, but black is just the standard one. This is our tester one. So it does have a zipper, a closure and opening. Inside it's a little fuzzy. It's not ridiculously fuzzy like our fuzzy jacket that I showed you before, but it is fuzzy enough. Inside the sleeve though, it has this material, but a thinner version of it, a liner version of it. It's not as poofy as this part. It's not as thick. You can't feel the material in it. It's very thin. It's just a liner of this material inside the sleeves themselves, but around your body, you're gonna feel the softness from this inside lining. Okay. And throughout, you're going to see pieces of this material on the outside as the liner within. Okay. And on the back, it's just standard. It has almost like a mimic of the front, which is the zipper front. On the back with a thicker stitching, and then it kind of has this quilted patchwork on the back. That's stuff material designed to keep you warm. At the very bottom, it has the same material as for the sleeves and the collar at the bottom. So it does cinch a little bit. This is a shorter jacket, so it's more stubby. It kind of goes right at the waist. You can always get a bigger size to make it a little longer if you desire to, but this is a very casual outside jacket. So would you like to try this on? Okay, let me unzip it for you. Okay. I'm gonna stick it around you, alright? Stick your arms in the sleeves. Okay, I'm gonna zip it for you. Alright, ready? How does that feel? I'll put the collar down. Okay. It's not that poofy. No, it looks poofier than it is. When you wear it, it's not that poofy, so it's not that constricting. Yeah, it is a little shorter, yes. But it's still warm. It kind of bunches at the bottom near the waist. So I'm gonna unzip you now. Okay. And you're just some thought. gonna do some scarves? Okay. Yep. Oh, we have a couple options here. This one right here is gorgeous. It's a very good option. So for this one, in this particular shade, it's a very light pink. And it has these beautiful stripes. It looks very plaid. It has more of a plaid design. And it has some little pieces at the end. Very intricate knitting work here. It's incredibly soft. And you can double it either as a scarf or as a shawl. So this is what it looks like. Like I said, this is our tester, essentially. So it's a little raggedy, but we do have better ones, new ones that you would actually purchase in the back. So it has these frilled edges. It's supposed to be like that. That is the design on the end. It has the plaid design, kind of like a tablecloth. So it goes in a rectangle, the plaid design. And then it has the pink showing up, the very light pink, in between the plaid. The plaid is more gray, white, and black. We do have different colors for this. We do have a traditional plaid, red and black option if you wish. This is just one of our options. It's very warm. It's a lovely design, I think. It looks beautiful. It's very well done. It's so big, you can actually wear it as a blanket if you wanted to. It's a bit sheer. But it's such a nice, fuzzy, comfortable option that I do recommend it. You can wear it, like I said, around yourself. You can have it as a shawl, as a blanket. You can wear it over your head if you wish. Or you can wear it as a scarf. Now as a scarf, you can do it however you wish. You can have it kind of like a shawl. You can have it on top of you, like this. There's so many options with this. You can just have it around yourself and kind of squiggle it around so it's like a giant scarf. You can design it if you wish. You can knot it in any fantastical way you wish to. I'm pretty simple, so something like this is good enough. It gets it done. You can wear it open like this if you want. It's so poofy and so nice. It's a very nice material. It's a very pretty design. It's very comfortable around you. And if you don't like that neck constriction, leaving it open around the base of the neck isn't a bad option. Or you can kind of loosely have it here so that it still covers your chest. I find for me the chest covering is what keeps me warmest. So I recommend something that covers your chest is usually the best way to kind of keep warm. But you can do this any way you want. So you can use it as a scarf, you can use it as a blanket, you can use it as a shawl. So it's a 3-in-1. It's a very versatile piece and it's gorgeous. Really nice patterning. You can make it as thick or as thin as you prefer it to be. You can show whatever part of the design you want. It's really nice. So it's up to you about this one, but do you want to feel it? Okay, you want to wear it as a shawl? Sure. Ready? You want it on your head too? So we can do that for you. It's so comfortable, no? It looks so good. It's just a nice design. And it's so versatile. It's nice to have the option, depending on how cold it is. Yeah? You want to wear it as a scarf? Go ahead. Bunch it up for you. I'm not that crafty with the scarves. Knowing how to make different knots and things, but you could just bunch it up. It'll do it. It'll do the job. How's that? How was your neck? Okay. Yeah. Alright. How's it feeling? It looks so good. Like I said, we do have different colors, so if you're not for the pink, we can do a different color. Okay. You like this one? Alright. Do you like the color? Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, we can definitely do that for you. I'm gonna put this back on my little buddy here. I like to use it as a display piece because I find it's so nice, and I think everyone's eyes get drawn to it because it's just such a good piece. So I like to display it. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I like it too. We do have another scarf option. Would you like to see that just in case? Okay, well, we have it here. This is a very beautiful color. It's a bluish green kind of color. And this one is set up like one big crocheted piece, rectangle I guess, but it has the whole, you just make an X and then you flip it over your head and pull it down like that and have it bunched in an infinity scarf fashion. It's up to you if you prefer that. This scarf is a little more razzle dazzle. This one's a little more subtle, but it's a very subtle beauty. This one's more of an eye catcher. It's definitely a favorite. It's beautiful. It is an infinity scarf, so you can look up different ways of how to wear these. I'm very simple and just do it this way. It's up to you how you want to wear it. But I find that the infinity scarf makes it easier to wear a scarf because, as you can tell with the other piece, I'm not very good at designing it, so the infinity scarf makes it very simple to wear. But this one in particular is very dazzling. It's crocheted. It has all these holes in it, which you think would make it cold, but it actually is very warm. And it has some sparkle to it. It's very sparkly material. It has this tighter design on the edges to keep everything together. Unlike the other one where it was more frayed, this is more tightly done. Crochet across, and then more tightly done on the edges to keep everything together in that circular fashion. So this is kind of how it is normally, but it has that opening, so when you bunch it up, you get your infinity scarf look. Because of the sparkles on this one and the holes and the way it's crocheted, it has a more abrasive feel, but it's still really warm. You can still layer a lot of it together depending on how thick you want it to be, where you want it to lay on your chest versus your neck. So it's very versatile, just like the other one is in its own way. But yes, it is a little itchy because of the sparkles and the way the crocheting is done. Did you want to try it and see how you feel? Okay, yeah. I made the loop. And now we're going to stick it over you. Make sure it doesn't hit you in the eye, okay? Alright, ready? Okay, it's gonna go right over your face. I got you. Ready? Perfect. Now you can bunch it however you want. It's very user-friendly. And it's very good because it bunches on the chest very well, which I like, personally. How does it feel? Is it scratchy on your skin or anything? Sometimes I get a little irritated over here, personally. I do have sensitive skin, so it gets a little itchy, or sometimes in the back, or like on the sides of the neck. But it's not too bad. It is a little bit abrasive, though. How is that feeling? Okay. You're just good with the fancy one? Okay, that's completely fine. Alright, I'm gonna take this off you, alright? So we're gonna grab a loop and I'm gonna stick it over you, okay? So we're gonna stick the loop over you. Here we go. Okay. Uncross it and then we're gonna loop it back up, okay? Alright. There we go. Yes. No, I agree. It's a beautiful color. It definitely sticks out. It looks very nice. It's very easy to use, but the abrasiveness is a little off-putting. I understand. Yeah, that's okay. You only get what you need. What you need, get what you like. There's nothing wrong with it. We have plenty of options for you. Yes, I know. It's that time of year where these things are needed. And you need to be comfortable with what you have. No worries at all. Do you need gloves perhaps, or anything? Any other accessories or anything like that? Okay. Gloves, yeah. Alright, one second, let me show you. We do have a couple options here. One of these is this. Now, similar to that external coat with the fuzz, these are not the best when it's wet. So if, for instance, you're scraping off your car of ice and snow and your hands get wet, this is not comfortable to wear. I'm gonna tell you that straight up. Okay. Normally though, just for the cold, they're good. If it was just cold, dry weather, and you don't have to worry about ice or snow, or rain or anything, freezing rain, you're fine. However, they're not good in precipitation. I do want to tell you that. So when they get wet, it kind of stinks. They have this faux, almost like sheep fur, sheep wool, that's the word, sheep wool inside, and on the outside lining it. It does have this button right here. It has it on both gloves. This is a tester glove and people have beaten it up. So that's why I'm showing you just this one, because it's a little better looking. Like I said, we'll give you new ones that are not beat up. It's just these have been around a while and people, they use them. Now, it has a button here. It has these kind of cracks in them. That's meant to be that way. That's just the style. This is the opening to the glove. It has that lining throughout, even through the fingers. Of course. And it has all 5 fingers. There's your thumb. First, middle, ring, baby. Now on the other side, it does have this strip here going up the pointer finger and up the thumb. The point of these grippies is supposed to be that you can touch your phone with them. I have tried them myself and they don't work. Okay. So they're not very good. Touch screens or anything like that. It does help with the grippiness a little bit with just handling things, because this is the same material as the outside of the glove, which is more slippy because it's kind of like a suede material. So the grippy does help, but it's not very good for phones. So I'm just going to tell it to you straight out. When you stick your hand inside, it fits pretty well. It is a little short at the wrist, so when it comes to snow again, if you're scraping off your car and snow can get inside. So it's not ideal for precipitation, but just wearing it just to be warm, it does a good job. And especially when you rub it, if you have your hands in both gloves and you just kind of rub it over your hands, it gets much warmer, it's more comfortable. We do have options, if you do like these gloves, to make them even warmer, which I can show you after I show you, because I want to show you 2 different gloves, one that's not good for precipitation and one that is, okay? Just in case that's important to you, because winter weather can be unpredictable and you definitely need something that can handle the cold for you, handle the cold, but the precipitation piece is important, especially if you're out and about. It's the weatherman said, you know what, it's going to be sunny today, and all of a sudden it's not sunny anymore. and it's raining, freezing rain, or it's sleet, or snow, or anything like that, you want to be prepared with the right kind of gloves. That's why I'm going to show you both options. So it's up to you what you prefer. If you'd rather have something like this, you can. It is a little stubbier. It doesn't go too far down. Not very good for the phone, even though it pretends to be. But the grip does help with grabbing things, because pincer grasp, you know, usually use these fingers a lot. It's a little slippy on these, but not too bad. It is warm. I do give you that. Do you want to try them on? Okay, why don't you try them? You can try this one. It's in the left one. Do you want both gloves? The other one's a little beat up, but it's okay. That's fine. How does that feel? You want to take out your phone and try it? God. Yeah, I know. It's not the greatest. I'm not going to sell you something and say it does something if it doesn't. Okay. Well, that's fine. That's okay. You can think about it if you want, but like I said, I do have gloves that are better suited for the outdoors. None of the gloves we have are good with phones, unfortunately. I have yet to find one that's good with phones. I usually just have to take my glove off and just use my phone as needed. But obviously when you're outdoors, maybe shoveling or something, it's not ideal to take your glove off it. But like I said, if you do want these, I do have some options to make these warmer for you, a little more comfortable. It won't help with the precipitation, but it will help with increasing warmth for any of our gloves that we have. It's just an option. Okay, I'll show you the other gloves we have, the ones that are better suited for the outdoors and precipitation. So put these aside. I'm gonna grab them for you, okay? Alright, those are these. Now these are actually skiing gloves. So these are designed for tough weather. I'll show you just one just to make it simple. Alright, so it has a nice design, a cross design here. It has its logo on the side. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. So you have all of them. Over here it does have a bit more grip on all of the fingers, not just the pointer finger and the thumb. So it has grips all along. It has a cinched wrist piece right here. Goes mainly on the inside of the wrist. It does have this buckle so you can actually latch this on to this one if you wanted to for easier carry. It's up to you how you want to use it. You don't need to ski to wear gloves like this. The inside is pretty much the same material as the outside, but a little softer, and it's aligned. And it does have a little bit of softness inside too, deeper in. So it's a little softer. I know the outside seems very abrasive. It does have this pull part, so you can actually pull and tighten this part, which is good because, like the other one, it's kind of stubby on the hand. It doesn't go that far. And to keep the ice and snow out, especially if you fall in the ice and snow, tightening it to your wrist really does help prevent snow from leaking into your hands, because once it does that, you can get very cold very quickly. So it has that option. It does have this strap here. So you can always tighten this as you wish. It's very versatile, and the sizing wise, this material is very good for precipitation. So whether it's snowing, sleeting, hail even, it's good protection. It is pretty warm, yes, and especially when you cinch this, it's even better, because when you put it on, it's pretty warm. It is bulky, so as you can see, the fingers are a little wider than the other one. The other one's cinched to your hand more. And this one is a lot more bulky, so it is a little, even though it has the grips, it is a little harder to grab things, especially fine gripping. Just grabbing something's easy, but fine little things might be a little tougher with these. It does have this zipper compartment. It's very small. It goes on the back of the hand here, if you can see. And the reason it does this is because of something I can show you after that you can pair with the gloves if you wish. We do give it for free with any purchase of our gloves because we know they're helpful. So I can show you what we do with that in a second. But I just want to show you that. So this one has a lot of little bits and pieces. A lot of bits and pieces. But it's pretty simple. You can tighten it. Like I said, it's a little stubby on the wrist. So you can tighten it as you need to keep the snow out, especially if you have long sleeves and you just put them over the gloves. That can help even more prevent any snow or rain from coming into your gloves and saturating inside your gloves, because once you get it in, it's not the best. So, and your fingers can get very cold very fast. So these are an option. They are warm, they're good for the snow, they're cleaning off your car, shoveling, just going out, and it's just yucky outside, very rainy or snowy or anything. So they're a good option. They're also good if you do winter sports or anything like that. You're outside for prolonged periods of time. They're probably more ideal than the others. The other gloves are more fashion gloves. They're a little more fashionable than this. They're thinner because they stick to your finger more, but these are warmer because they have a little bit more bulk to them, and your hands aren't directly touching snow, for instance, because this is not going to protect you against the snow. And it'll just help with the cold, to minimize the cold on your hands. Okay? Would you like to try either one on? You can try them both if you wish. You want to try them both? Or just one? Or are you not interested at all? Okay. Well, I'll put this one. So this is for your right hand. So I'll try it on this side, okay? I'm going to open it for you, alright? Stick your hand in there. Okay. How does that feel? It does, yes, it feels bulky. I agree. But it's a lot warmer and it gives more padding room to each of your digits, so it keeps you pretty warm. Okay. Well, okay. That's fine. Yeah. Okay, so we'll put these aside for you. I'll tell you what these are for so that it makes more sense too. So I'm going to put these here for now. I'm going to show you what they are for a second. Okay. With every purchase of gloves that you have, you get these. These are called hot hands. And what you can do is that they're little packets, okay? Little packets, and you stick them in the pack. I'm going to open this to show you what I mean. This is just the demo pack. I'll open it. With your actual gloves, you get your own pack. Okay. Unopened box. Alright, now inside each pack, you will have a great many bags for you. I believe there are 10. Yep, there are 10 pairs. So you have 20 packages each. But for one hand, one for the other hand. Even though they say hands, you could technically use them for your boots if you want. You can stick them with your feet. Because it says hands doesn't mean you specifically have to put them with your hands, but they are designed for the hands. They'll still warm you up regardless. So you get a whole package. They're free with each purchase of gloves, just for you to try them out. Now what they are, they're these 2 packs. So one for your right hand, one for your left hand. And these packets can go inside each of your gloves, for instance, or the boots. These are specifically for hands, so we'll just keep them for the hands. These packets you can slide into the zipper. That's where it'll go. You can stick it right at the top of your hands to warm your hands up. So they'll fit inside the glove. So if you get those gloves, you have these right at the ready, so it's even easier than sticking it in with your hands, which may be more uncomfortable or awkward. That has the slit for them. Now, these are activated by the air. So the second you open this vacuum sealed package and you stick them inside your gloves, that they will get activated by the air and they'll warm up. So these turn actually pretty warm and they will warm up your hands. So one of the worst things in wintertime I find is cold fingers. Oh. Fingers that are very cold, hands that are very cold. It's good to have little helpers like these to help your hands and your feet out. We do have foot ones in particular, but like I said, if you wanted to, no one's gonna tell you no. You can take these and put them in your boots if you want to. Yes, if you were gonna get the fashion gloves, you would have to stick them in the gloves directly, which may be more uncomfortable. These are soft though, and they're pretty bendable, but it's nice to have that slit to just slide them in, you know what I mean? It's a bit easier and more comfortable than sticking them directly in the glove. But it's up to you. It doesn't matter. You can use these how you want. If you find you don't like them, they're a little too hot, or they're not hot enough, whatever it is, that's completely up to you. But they should last as long as you're outside for the most part. And if you need to, you can always switch them out with a fresh one. So, yeah, that's an option. You want those gloves? Yes. And if you are ever gonna try, or you're into winter sports or winter activities, ice skating, skiing, snowboarding, sledding, anything like that, these can come in handy, especially with that slit. You can stick these right inside, be nice and warm. It's pretty ideal. Alright, so I'm gonna stick these here for you. We will get you a fresh pack, not the one I opened. Okay. Are you interested in anything else? Do you need anything to cover your head, your ears, anything like that? Because we can lose a lot of heat from our ears, because heat does rise. Yes, you want something, you want a hat? Okay. Yes, especially if you have hair that either gets really poofy or you have a lot of hair, really thick hair. I personally don't like hats because when I take them off, my hair gets so frizzy. So if you just don't really like the feel of the hat or the way it sounds on your head or anything, or the way it fits, or you're more of a use maybe a hood or something like that, it's a little more loose and you can keep loose instead of tight to your head, we have alternatives for that. Would you like to see? Okay, I have two options. I'm actually going to show them to you at once. So, we are a big believer of earmuffs. So, these are an awesome alternative to hats. Now, a hat is lovely because it can cover your whole head and it can cover your ears. The ears I find are the most important part to cover, and we have two different options for you. We do have others in the back, but I find these are our most standard options, and people tend to prefer either one of these based on their attributes. So I'll go one at a time, okay? So for this one, it has kind of like that faux wool, kind of like the other gloves, those fashion gloves. It's similar-ish material. It's not real wool or anything from an animal, but it is similar in feel. It goes all around. The entire thing is like that, so it looks like it has little holes. The actual band is black, so you can see it through those holes. And it has this kind of whitish gray material on the outside and on the inside of the ears. So we would just go over your ears like that. the band itself can be extended or shortened depending on what you need. It's up to you how long or short you need it to be to cover your ears properly. Now, these are interesting because they're very poofy on the outside and the inside. So the inside almost, it doesn't enter your ear canal because that would be dangerous. It's not like gonna stick in there, but it does almost cork it in a way. So it really covers the ears. It keeps you warm. It does a great job keeping you warm. The downside to kind of corking your own ear is it's harder to hear. You can still hear. You can drive with them on if you want. You can go outside and still hear traffic and people and animals and things. But it's a lot more different. It's muffled. And it's so thick on the out. It poofs. As you can see, it goes really out on the outside and it really sticks in there. So it'll go over your head like a headband. You can, if you want, you can always put it in the back of you and tighten it. So it's more like that. You do it as you wish, however you want to do it. I feel like it fits a little more snugly this way. But it's hard to hear. It's muffled. It's very muffled. The other option I have for you is not like that. It's not as bad. It's gonna muffle it a little bit because you are covering your ear. Just like you would with a hat, but a hat tends to be thinner most of the time. These are pretty thick, but especially with like this outside piece and it comes into your ear just a little bit. Not uncomfortably, it's just, it really keeps everything in there. So it keeps you ridiculously warm. It's actually fantastic for keeping you warm, which is its purpose. However, it's important to hear. So you can still hear, but it's a lot more muffled. It does a good job covering the sound. So if you're a person, maybe you're listening to music and you want to stick this over there lightly so you don't shove it in your ear, because that would not be safe. But just to kind of muffle the world a little bit, it's not a bad option either, because it actually does a pretty good job of muffling the sound. Would you like to try it? Yes. And it does a good job not messing up the hair, as long as you don't like shove your hair everywhere. And you just, like I do, where you just lift it. Your hair's good. It won't mess up your hair. Ready? I'm gonna put it over you, okay? So I'm gonna stick these on your ears. I'll adjust accordingly. Okay. Yeah, you see it? You see the poof? That's why. It's so thick and it's hard material, so you can really feel the inside base is so hard and it has such a poof. It really does muffle the sound. But I'll stick it on you. You can tell me how you feel about it. Okay. How's that feeling? Yeah. Do you hear the muffling? Yeah, it's pretty intense, actually. Yeah. It looks pretty good, but does it feel good? That's important. You want me to adjust anything? Okay. Alright. I know. It's definitely important to hear, so if the muffling is too much, I understand if you don't want to go with this option. We do have different colors, as always, but it's up to you. And you can always cut away the tag too if you're not a fan of the tag sticking out everywhere. But like I said, this is just the display piece, so people can try it out. So what you think? Yeah, it's good to see your options. One second, I'll show you the other one. Now, this one is very fuzzy. Very funny. So this one would be better for any kind of weather. It still has a fuzzy-ish feel, but this is ultra fuzzy. It's still okay in precipitation, believe it or not. It's actually not too bad, but you definitely want to try it. So you could maybe leave it in the bathroom hanging up or something, or maybe where your towel is, somewhere near there, and just let it dry by itself. It's up to you how you want to do it. It's not too bad, but anything fuzzy is usually not ideal. It does have this sweater material for the headband, inside and out. This one is more uniformly shaped, so it doesn't really have that bulge like the other one does. It's more flat, if you can believe that. It does go more in when you wear it, but it doesn't block the sound as heavily as the other one, so you should hear a little bit better with this one. And it is very comfortable because it is very fuzzy. Once again, if you don't like it being lighter and then darker on certain bits, this may not be your jam. I know some people get triggered by certain things, unless you like to play with it. Some people like to play with it. It's very fuzzy, very warm. It's a lovely material. It's okay in precipitation. It's not ideal in like a downpour or something, but if it's snowing gently or something like that, it's not too bad. It can still be used in all kinds of weather. And you can always put a hood on top of it if you want it for extra protection, if you wish to. You can pull it out or in a little bit. It is adjustable on both sides, so it can fit your head when you put it over. It is poofy on both sides, so it's very winter looking, wintry, wonderland kind of looking. It does muffle the sound, but not as badly. The other one is more cushioned, and it really muffles the sound. This one does it very lightly. It's not as bad, and it is very comfortable. The only thing I would say with these is the fuzz, because it's on the inside too, and not just the outside. It kind of gets in your ear a little bit, so it's not ticklish, but you can definitely feel there's extra hair than just your ear hair in there, you know what I mean? So it really depends on what kind of sensory feelings you prefer. Whether you like that more corking of the ear feel, or if you like a little bit of fuzzy tickling, that's up to you. Would you like to try them on? Okay. It can bunch, you can move it as you wish, if you want it designed in a certain way, or you prefer it in a certain way. It's completely up to you how you do it, but I'll adjust it for you, okay? Okay. Now I'm going to stick this on your ears. Ready? Alright, so here we go. Okay. How does that feel? It looks good. Very, very wintry. Yeah. You can hear a lot better, right? That's important. But you feel the hairs kind of tickling, yeah. I'll take these off you now. Alright. How do those feel? The tickling, what you can always do, smooth down the hairs so that they're not really sticking up as badly. And then when you put them on, just keep the hairs down. It's a lot more comfortable. Do you want me to try that for you? Yeah, so we smooth them down. You could technically go up too, but I just prefer them down. So you can go down, kind of pet them down, if you will. And then you just take these and you try not to mess it up. You stick it on you. You feel that. It's much better, isn't it? Yeah. And when you move around, it'll usually stay that way. Unless you adjust it and move it or anything, it stays that way. It's pretty good. Okay. So what'd you think of those? Did any of them suit you? Are you really not an earmuff kind of person? I love them personally, but you don't have to. They're both very good at keeping you warm because they do cover the ears, which is where you lose a lot of heat. So they're actually fantastic for the cold, but the texture and the feel of them matters, and your style too. It depends on your style. You might prefer like the sweater and the fuzzy look, or you might prefer this kind of sheepy looking material. It's really up to you how much padding you want, what kind of texture you're comfortable with your ear. Some people I know have some ear trouble, you might have tubes in your ears or a hearing aid or anything, it's important to keep those things in mind when selecting what you like. And if you like this one better because it's a little looser, so if you were to listen to music, it wouldn't push it too deeply into your ear. But it's completely up to you which you prefer. Do you like this style better? Do you like this style better? Did this feel better to you? Did this feel better to you? Did neither feel better to you and you need another option? We can definitely look into more if you need that. Okay, you can definitely think about it. It's up to you. We can always retry things. We can try things in different colors. They can be more vibrant or more subtle. We have different options. So I'll put these aside for you, okay? Alright. Now, is there anything else I can help you with, or would you like me to just get the items that you definitely had a yes for and just get them in the back for you so you can get checked out? Or do you have any questions about any of our items, maybe about the packs that you put in your gloves? Maybe you want the feet ones or anything like that? Okay. Really? That's fantastic. You want to go, yeah? You want to go skiing? Okay. And it's your first time? Okay. That's great. That's great. I'm very excited for you. We do have winter gear for different winter sports. We do have ice skates. We have a bunch of different gear for a bunch of different winter activities. We are very winter focused here. Okay. Well, I'll show you a couple things that might help. But I can tell you from personal experience, you definitely want to layer up, and the gloves that you're going to get, perfect for them, but. So I would definitely recommend put in those little pouches to have these because it can get pretty cold in the mountains. More importantly though, of course being warm is important, but for safety's sake, I would definitely recommend, because these are a little shorter, you want to tighten these to your wrist and maybe cover it up with a jacket or something. The reason I say this is because when I went, I panicked as I was about midway down a mid-range mountain. So they have small mountains like Kitty Slopes, and then you can, depending on where you go, the mountains can gradually get bigger. You can do something called a mid-mountain, so you're not going all the way to the tippity top of the mountain. That's more for advanced, or people are very thrill-seeker kind of people. Mid-mountain is still very intense, but it's just midway down the mountain instead of at the tippity top, so you're not going all the way up. You're gradually getting yourself used to the height and the speed of it. And I was mid-mountain, and I was about midway down that mid-mountain. I panicked for some reason. I don't even remember why. And I fell, and I skidded my wrist against ice, because it was very icy that day, and right against the ice. Thankfully, it was just a minor cut, just a little scrape, but definitely cover the wrist. Cover as much skin as you can, just for safety's sake. So these have those options, so please do use them. Try to use them, okay? Keep yourself as safe as you can, because those mountains can be intense. Now, we do have other options for you, so I would like to show you some things to cover your face. Now, when you're on a mountain, it can get very windy, and when you're going down the mountain, as you can imagine, it'll get windier because you're going fast. But covering as much of your face as you can, just to prevent any frostbite, to prevent, depending on how long you're outside and how wet you are and things, to cover your skin just in case you do, God forbid, you get like a face plant in the snow or the ice. Anything like that can happen, so especially on your first time, not to scare you, because it's fine, you're gonna be fine. But you can have face coverings. Now, these are different options. This one is a little less intense than the other option. This is a patterned option. It's a very tribal kind of pattern. It kind of looks like a handkerchief. You can always use a handkerchief on your face if you want, just kind of tighten it to whatever you can breathe in. But this is actually designed to be over your face. So what you would do is it kind of looks like a tube, and it has the same design on both sides. Little faces, lizards. It's a very cool design. We have different designs, different colors, so don't feel intimidated by this one in particular. It's very stretchy material. Not really stretchy this way. It's stretchy more where your face is this way. So I am of European descent, so my schnoz is kind of big. So it's very important to me to have room around the nose in particular. You take this, you put it over your head. Okay, this is a very tight one. We have different sizes, but you would literally just, you can stick it down if you want, and then you would cover your face with it, so you can cover up to your nose. We have different sizes, so you can have it as tight as you want. This is pretty comfortable. It fits me perfectly, but it's up to you how you want to do it. And you can always pull it down. That's the good part about this one especially, is because you can literally pull it up and down as you need. So if you have to blow in your nose and you don't want it dripping in your face mask, you can just bloop, blow your nose and you're good to go. You can go back up if you want to, okay? And if you have earmuffs, you can actually help them hold down the edges if you wish. I know I just put that on my face, but would you like to try it? I can get a cleaner one if you want. You want to try it? Okay. So like I said, you just roll it up. It's when you put it over your head, it can get a little uncomfortable and tight. Definitely put it on before you stick on like earmuffs or goggles or anything. But just stick it. Ready? Just stick it over yourself. Okay. And then you stick it over your nose. Okay, so I'm gonna pull it up for you. And you just stick it like this. How does that feel? Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. We do have different sizes, so if you don't like how tight or how loose it is, we can adjust. It's not very adjustable. It can stretch more, like if you have a bigger face or like a wider nose or something, it can adjust for that, but it's not ridiculously adjustable. And yeah, you can pull it down when you're done, so you can breathe again, you can access your nose, and then when you're done, you just pull it over your head. Ready? I'm gonna do that again. Okay. How was that? Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a good option, but it does kind of fall down the face sometimes depending on the size. But like I said, we can adjust to whatever you're comfortable doing. It's just very good because one, it's very fancy looking and it's very good for ease of access. So pulling it down, pulling it back up, pulling it down, pulling it back up, it's very easy to do. So it's actually super nice in that way. And it does keep your face pretty warm too. It's not bad at that. So that is a face guard that you can use. We do have another option that's a little more traditional for winter sports. Now, this one is a little scarier looking. It has this thicker material. This is where your nose would go, so you can actually breathe because it is a thicker material. And then it has this part that kind of goes down your body just a little bit. It goes around, and it has this part, which is just Velcro. It has some Velcro pieces. So you would actually stick this on your face, over your nose, and then around. So it's up to you if you want it around your ears or not. So you could actually use it as earmuffs if you wish to. And it would just go over your nose, and your nose kind of peeks out here. And it covers your face. It's a little scarier looking than the other option, and it covers your mouth just like the other one does, but it tends to, you can adjust the Velcro as you need to. They're long enough to adjust to, but it's a little more restrictive around the mouth area than the other one was. But this is definitely a more traditional cover up, and it's thicker here. So it's not a bad option, and you can always double it as earmuffs if you didn't want to actually have the earmuffs on you. If you didn't want to muffle sound at all, that kind of thing. Would you like to try it on? Okay. I'm gonna stick this over your nose. And I'm gonna adjust it in the back for you, okay? On the back, I'm gonna adjust. How's your breathing? It does have the holes speckled around the mouth. So it has, yeah, so you can still talk and things, but it is a little tighter around the mouth than the other one was. And because it has this thicker material, it's a little more protective than the other one, because the other one's just cloth, as you could see. It just kind of protects the wind from actually hitting your face. But this one's a little more sturdy for winter weather, or God forbid you do fall somewhere on your face. It's a little more protective than the other one, and it covers a little bit. The other one can be more like a scarf too, so it can kind of double up, but this one can double up more as earmuffs, and it's a bit more protective of abrasive things such as accidentally falling on your feet. No, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I'll loosen you up now. Okay. Well, this one, like I said, it's more traditional to have something like this. You can find these in ski shops and things, but it's a little scarier looking than the other one. The other one's a lot more fashionable, I guess. It doesn't look as intimidating as this, and the other one's easier to pull down. Like, for example, for this one, if you were having a droopy nose, it does happen, right? If that happened with this one, you'd have to undo the back a little bit to loosen it, unless you kept this loose enough where you can just shove it down. The other one's just a little more user-friendly, but this one is more protective. So it depends on what you're looking for. You can always double up if you want. You can have that one on top of that and this one on top. As long as you can breathe well and not have a panic attack or anything, then you're fine with that. You can do whatever suits you best. The material itself it's comfortable. It's very sturdy. It has the speckled breathing holes for your mouth, the opening for your nose, and then it kind of cradles underneath your eyes, because of course you can see that we do have goggles that I'm going to show you that you can have on top of this. These are good for, it's completely designed for those goggles to fit right on top, so your whole face is covered. This one's a lot more casual, but it's completely up to you which you prefer, if any. We do have different colors for this one too, yes. You want to think about it? Okay. Well, I'll show you the goggles that we have, because that would pretty much be the last piece. When you go, you can rent the skis and the boots that come with them. But I want to show you these. These are pretty cool. They are multicolored goggles. So inside they have this pattern here where you can see it's around the nose, around the eyes. So it's pretty comfortable. It's deep. As you can tell, I have glasses, so it does go around your glasses if you do have any glasses or you want to bring glasses for visibility. They do fog, just like any kind of glasses or goggles. They fog when you go from the cold to the warm to the cold. So if, for instance, you go into the ski lodge, or you go into a store from outside, and then you go into the store, they fog. So you might want to, you could pull them around your neck, or take them off, whatever it is. But they do fog. They do have adjustable, stretchy, comfortable. They do have the adjustables right here. And you can make it as long or as short as you need to. If you make these tight, you will have the markings around your face, the goggles on you, okay? So they do go on like this. You put this around your head, you stick these on, and you go like this. They do go around your glasses if you have them. You will see the markings if you have them too tight. They have some space in between, especially around the ears, but they're pretty nice. The coloring is fancy. You can see through them pretty well. They have a brownish tint when you look through. It's kind of like sunglasses. They have that feel to them. But like I said, it goes around your glasses. You can put these up above your head. You can put them down at your neck, this, whatever you're comfortable with, and then when you're ready, just plop them back on. Would you like to try these on? We do have different colors and different colors of glasses. You see how these have the yellow and the green. They're really cool. Would you like me to adjust these for you and then you try them on? Alright, so I'm going to put this around your head, okay? I'm going to stick the band around your head. And I'm going to stick these on top of you. Alright, ready? Okay. Yeah, they have more that brownish tint to them. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to pull them. So like I said, you can take them, put them on your head. You can put them down here. Whatever works for you. And they work right above. So if you had the nose piece, they go right above. And it covers pretty much your whole face, which is good for the winter in general. Like, if you could wear these wherever you want. You don't even have to just wear them on a ski slope or anything. But they are very good for skiing or any kind of winter activity when you're outside for prolonged periods of time in very extreme weather. I'll go over this one as well, because this one, like I said, it goes up to your nose. These just cover your face as much as possible to prevent exposure to the winter weather. The cold can get very abrasive, and we don't want your face getting harmed, your skin getting harmed because of the winter weather. So it is very good to cover as much of your face as you can. Put on some eye gear, especially if you do have glasses like I do. Having something like this on protects your glasses so I can still see well, because I have my glasses on, but these cover my glasses to protect them. So like I said before, I fell and I scraped myself. I had these on, something like these on, and it prevented me from losing my glasses or breaking them. So I could still continue on once I got back up, all that. It keeps everything protected. You want to be as protected as possible, as warm as possible, as protected as possible. So definitely layering up, or maybe wearing a scarf if you want, or you can use this more formal one as a scarf. And then you can have something over you want something over your face, over your eyes. You can wear a hat if you want, but it, like you mentioned, you don't really like the hats. The earmuffs are a good option, or you can wear this one kind of as earmuffs. Put it over your ears. The more protected you are and the less skin that's openly exposed to the elements is wise when it comes to extreme winter weather, especially on a mountaintop or anywhere on a mountain or windy, very windy conditions or anything like that with the cold. The less skin showing, the better. So, do any of these appeal to you? Do you like goggles? Do you like any of the face mask options? Do you want any of the earmuffs or anything like that, or want to look at any other coats or anything? Okay, that's fine. You can always look at the ski shop. They'll have many, many options for you. You don't have to just select what we offer. You can certainly look there. We do have other options too if you'd like me to pull them. Okay, no, that's fine. I'd rather talk to the professionals for that one. That's fine. Like I said, these gloves though are good, and you can put those little packages inside to protect your hands, keep your hands warm. It's good to maybe keep a pair with you somewhere. Maybe if you have a locker when you're there, you can just pull them out, put some fresh ones in. If you maybe you went for lunch inside, they're not as warm anymore, get another packet, and you're good to go. Is there anything else I can help you with before I grab those items for you? Okay. Well, thank you so much for allowing me to help you try things on, help you pick and select some really great winter items for you so you can stay warm and safe this winter time. Alright, so I'm going to go grab all the fresh items for you. I'm going to look up their item numbers. I'm going to go find them for you. And then you'll be good to go. Okay. I'll get you a fresh packet of these to go with your gloves. I'll get you your gloves, I'll get you that outerwear, that office inside wear, and the hoodie. Are you okay with visual sounds 1? That hoodie with the hands. Okay. We do have other ASMRtist sweaters, so if you are interested, you can always come back. We keep the ones we have. We always have them in stock, but we also get new ones in too, because there's new ASMRtists all the time with new merchandise, or they revamp the merchandise or anything like that, and we add those to our collection. So we more add to that collection than take away. Yeah, and if anything's out of stock, we can always order it again, because we always get those shipments in, and you can have more to support ASMRtists. Okay, well, thank you for supporting her. It's very nice of you. She is very good. She's been around in the community for a very long time. She's very good at her craft, especially her Halloween videos. She's the best. But I'm gonna go grab those things for you, okay? If you feel free to poke around, look around. If you want to go see anything, if you have any questions, or you change your mind about the earmuffs or outerwear or anything like that, please do feel free to let me know. I'll come back with your items, okay? Alright. I'm gonna get those for you soon, okay? Thank you.